This is a big week for young basketball players trying to jump to the NBA. Deron Williams and Dee Brown are straight off that dream season at the U of I, now on the largest early draft list in the history of the NBA. For most of these athletes, college is typically free, and the schools and the NBA are cashing in big time. So how is it the players get left behind when it looks like they start out ahead in the game?
From way outside, got it! Shaq, put back.
Jordan a drive. Scores!
This is the show that sells young men on the NBA, and for some, college as a road to that fame and fortune.
Here's a slam. Marcus Liberty.
Marcus Liberty bought into it. He was on the fast track. He left the University of Illinois and his scholarship his junior year for the pros.
I had a scholarship before RIDE for 4 years, and I decided to opt out and go to the NBA my junior year.
Shot's good, baby.
He figured his future was set, that he could then afford to help support his family. After just 3 years in Denver, 1 in Detroit, Liberty was out. Suddenly, no career, no college degree.
I wish I would have stayed in school because it's just a sport. One day that's going to run out.
And Marcus Liberty drives.
Critics say the Marcus Liberty story is just too common. They want more pressure on colleges to intervene and demand that athletes finish and get their degrees. Lester Munson reports for Sports Illustrated and says the schools are to blame.
They run them through their program, they use them up in a year or 2 years or 3 years, and then they don't care what happens to them.
He believes race is a major factor. The University of Central Florida looked at the race factor in a study that ran 6 years. Of the 328 elite Division I schools, 45 failed to graduate a single African-American basketball player. Some of the schools were showcased on the road to the Final Four. That includes the University of Cincinnati, where 50% of white basketball players graduated, and the University of Wisconsin at Milwaukee, where 40% of white players got their degrees. And there's LSU, that failed to graduate any players, black or white.
Obviously, it's the type of number that's going to create a nightmarish life for so many young people who are going to go to those schools expecting perhaps to make the NBA and perhaps to get a college degree, and they go back home with neither.
Consider this. Thousands of players are eligible for the NBA draft next month, but only 30 are chosen, underscoring the need to earn a degree.
These young athletes generate millions of dollars and much publicity, but at the end of the day, leave with some fleeting memories and no diploma.
Operation PUSH and the Chicago Public Schools are teaming with the NCAA to put the full-court press on university athletic programs.
What we try to do very intentionally and very overtly is to steer kids to those schools where those universities value our student athletes and will make sure they graduate and go on to be successful.
And if the universities don't,
then there will be penalties for that. Either loss of scholarships, and eventually there will be heavier penalties.
Munson says it's a win for the schools and the athletes.
You can bring a young man from the ghetto to the campus, and you can nurture him through 4 years of a sport, and he can walk out of there with a college degree.
Marcus Liberty admits the athletes do have to take personal responsibility and take the matter of earning a degree seriously.
Get in the middle.
He is taking an active role.
Cut through.
Teaching young athletes early on through his basketball league for kids.
Finish it.
We trying to teach these kids the real, life experience, not just basketball.
Nice shot.
For the record, superstars like Shaq and Jordan did eventually get their degrees, and Deron Williams actually has enough credits to graduate this summer. Now, as for the U of I, 42% of the African-American players graduated, and 50% of the white players got their degrees as well.
Some of those numbers are scary. Some schools do well, though.
Oh, of course, and there are some, like Bucknell University in Pennsylvania. 100% of the players graduated there, black and white. And Bobby Knight, you love him or you hate him, he did have a reputation for graduating his players. A lot of them didn't go on to play in the NBA. They went on to have careers.
Right.
There's a lot of blame to pass around in this, so we'll look at it more.